In this video, please allow me to extend upon a topic which I do believe throughout my journey I've been blessed to realize that this is the fundamental principle, this is the fundamental philosophy in every single great person that I've been learning, that I've been trying to figure out. So with that being said, let me just simply jump right into this. And I don't want to reinvent the wheel, but I would like to give it a different perspective, try to shed a different light on this idea. And so this is the idea of no one else out there is the enemy. No one else out there is supposed to be the thing that we are competing against. But we are supposed to be competing against ourselves and against our egos. And so again, I'm just telling to you, I'm not reinventing the wheel, but I would like to shed a different light on this idea. So every single time when I have a hard time, and especially regarding to my achievements, regarding to how I do financially, spiritually, relationship-wise, so on and so forth, I just have to realize that many times I just simply have the tendency to eventually look upon the guys who are way above me, and I'm like, man, like I'm not there, maybe same age, or maybe, you know, they are a few years older than me, and I just simply have this tendency to feel this frustration, feel this, worst, this bad thing, this bad feeling inside of myself. And what I've got to realize is that this is the perfectly wrong approach towards everything in life. And guess why? The idea is that I cannot compete against anyone. I can only compete against the person who I am now. And so the actual idea is supposed to be that we're just supposed to be striving towards a better place inside of ourselves. Eat better a little bit. Go and have a better workout routine. Train a bit harder with the business. Make a few more calls. Have clearer ideas. Learn how to implement your ideas better. Learn how to make your skills better, and so on and so forth. The list goes on. And so the idea this way will be that you will not trying to look outside of yourself and trying to find something for which you don't have the context, because you cannot know that person, especially who you are most of the time, whom we are about to compare ourselves with. But we know the context, the perfect context towards ourselves, regarding to ourselves, excuse me. And so this is the secondary fundamental idea in this regard, because for the best context in our lives, we have about ourselves, right? And so this way we can eventually set up the best goals for ourselves, and we can compare ourselves to ourselves the best, because we know ourselves the best, hopefully, right? And so let me tell you an example here. So for example, if you are seeking for an advice, what do you think would be a better advice? To get an advice from someone who is supposed randomly outside of the internet, doesn't know anything about your situation. Suppose this is a business advice. Doesn't know anything about your situation, but you're buying a course from them. And so he will be telling you advices that, hey man, like, you're supposed to be doing this, you're supposed to be doing that, and so on and so forth. And so for that business model is good. But if you would like to, if you were to actually try to apply that same advice, so for example for general business, then that will not be true, because that person just simply lacks the actual context from your business. The same thing with relationship advice. It's like, hey man, like, should I supposed to be getting relationship advice from someone who knows jack shit about my my situation, or should I supposed to be asking an advice from someone who knows exactly and can give me context? And this is why one-on-one and personal mentorships are the best, like personal coaching. With that being said, if we are thinking about this, and if you are grabbing this secondary idea that I wanted to extend upon here, then we can understand that most of the times, perhaps all the time, we are lacking the context from everyone else's life despite of ours. The great majority of the context. So for example, you're watching up the guy on Instagram who has 200,000 followers and has a Lamborghini and the same age as you. Man, you're lacking the context. And so the same coming from here, we supposed to be always striving to get better. And this is the thing, throughout my running session today, I'll be honest with you, nowadays I'm struggling with waking up. I'm struggling with business, I'm struggling with relationships. I have many fucking struggles. I'm a young man, and I have many places that I haven't been able to figure out yet, okay? And so I do believe that this is fucking normal. I do believe that this is normal. I went down on a journey that I had no clue about. I had some mentors all along the way, but the truth being told, you know, I'm just hard-headed, and I'm just still a young man. I have shit to figure out, man. I'm all about to do that. I'm working on this thing, and many days I'm just getting to this cycle that, hey man, now I have my saved up money, now I'm building my business, my new business in chill, and what I've got to realize is that I just get this tendency when I'm eating, most of the time I'm eating 1 meal a day, which pretty much leads me to, you know, wanting to sleep and wanting to oversleep. I'm, you know, like not having the capacity to being able to wake up, because you're just pretty much putting a pressure on your body when you're eating 1 meal a day, and that 1 meal is by the end of your day before sleep. And so that happens many times with me, and that pretty much makes me to oversleep. And so the idea here is that I just simply had sleep issues recently. I just simply had sleep issues. Like, I couldn't really sleep. I was freaking up, you know, like it was warm in my bedroom. I didn't really want to get an HVAC system now. Long story short, I just like wasn't sleeping good. And so the idea here is that I just got the tendency to oversleep. And today I was like waking up and I'm like, man, like I just don't have the mood for like so many unsolved shits. And I just like man, like I don't want to do this today. I don't want to do this. And I was like, man, you wake up, you meditate a bit, and you just simply start your day. And I started my day, and I just came out here running, and I just got to realize that, man, like I have to do this, you know, I have to go. I must do these things. I must keep on running. I must build a business. I must do all these things, because I have to get better at a little bit every single day and every single time. And I'm not giving up, man. Like, this is not an easy journey. This is not an easy ride. And what I'm supposed to be doing is not necessarily to you know, run after the $1 million or something like that, but I'm supposed to be running after being a better self, being a better person, being a better self. So waking up better, eating better, doing all these little tiny things better. Because I just got to realize this thing yesterday too. I mean, like realize. Yesterday I was hitting the gym, and I didn't really have the mood for hitting the gym, and I was tired, but I was pushing the shit out of myself in the gym. And by the end of that, I just felt this whole clarity, this serenity, this calmness inside of myself, which I haven't experienced for a while. And I was like, man, like this is how you're supposed to be doing that. And all the little tiny things do matter. All the little tiny things do matter. Whether you're reading that book, whether you're waking up early, whether you're eating properly, and so on. So like all those little things do matter. And those things do add up, and your standards are elevated. And when your standards are elevated, that will be displayed towards your professional life, towards your relationship life, towards your whole self. And this is the idea. We're supposed to be better ourselves. With that being said, again, just trying to circle back to the initial idea, we supposed to be only comparing ourselves with ourselves, and we're supposed to be only striving to make ourselves better, not to go out there and try to find someone else. This is our ego, our emotions, our anger, our hatred, our pains. These are the things that we're supposed to be looking for, not other other things. Like, forget about everyone else. Forget about everyone else. This is not a selfish sentence, but this is an self-loving, self-caring sentence. So with that being said, all of my love, keep on.